Hey Sue, hey Shirley, Swirly. Okay, you're watching on your TV. That'll be fun. Think it just went live on YouTube. I'm a couple minutes early. Let me see if I can get this up on my iPad so I can see chat because I'm going to be using my phone. Okay. Let's see. Hey Louise. Okay, I don't know if it's going to allow me to see the chat. Hopefully. My iPad's weird. There we go. Hey Marianne. Hey Raga. Hey Leslie. Carol. Hi Debbie. Oh, you haven't done Infusible Ink yet, Debbie? It's fun. I think you'll like it. All right, let me play the intro and we'll get started. Thank you, Marianne, for the sound check. I appreciate it. We're going to play the intro and get started. Okay, you love Infusible Ink? It's a lot of fun. It takes, just like any new product, you have to learn to work with it. When I first worked with it, I was like, I'm not sure about it, but I love it now. So, but I've had a lot of time to use it and get used to it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like to split mine off into sections. I don't mind cutting it in one big long piece, but then I like to chop it up, and that way I don't have to keep switching mats, Shirley, and then cut it down to manageable pieces. Uh-oh. Okay. So this is our calendar. We are doing the Infusible Ink today, working with a different medium, but we are doing a card and a wine bag. Thursday, we are doing the baseball cap box. And then on Friday, we are going to design a gift card holder, a graduation theme gift card holder. A little pop-up that I've done, but I'm going to show you guys how I did it. I will share my file on Friday, Freebie Friday, but I will also show you how to make your own. So let's go ahead and pop over. Don't forget, May 1st, we will be posting up a new monthly giveaway. The giveaway for April is already over. We had 4 winners. We had drawn those on Friday. So this is today's project, and if you are a supporter on Ko-fi or Patreon or on YouTube memberships, you have access to this file. I haven't put the pictures up yet because I only had one wine bag and I wanted to make it with you guys, and then I'll post up the pretty pictures for you guys. If you do not have a membership, a subscription to craftingwithapril.co on Patreon or Ko-fi or YouTube memberships, you can join. It's $5 a month, and you can get access to all of my files. And if you do annual support, you'll get a few extra files each month. And I also want to say thank you to all of you guys who do the support. Greatly appreciate it. And thank you to my moderators. Couldn't do any of this without you guys and my admins. All right, so let's see. I have laid this out. This piece here in the file is from a new image that was put up in Designspace, and all I did was contour it out. This is the image right here, the brushstrokes pattern, and I used, I believe, this one out of there. And all I did was contour out the rest because they're all attached. And then I sliced my lettering out of it. And then let me get rid of that. And then I've laid out an A2 size card here for a birthday to go with it to make it match. And it's super easy and simple. You can, and I'm going to show you on the overhead, get all of your pretties. Right here, all the white pieces right here are cut. That's sliced out, so that's going to be a sliced out area there. All of these white pieces right here are cut from the same cardstock, except I used infusible ink on them. And this is the only piece and the base that is actually cut from white cardstock. Even though this is white cardstock, I did doctor it up with some infusible ink. All the gray pieces that you see here in the card area, I cut from a foil that matched my infusible ink. So let's pop over to the overhead, and I'll show you how the card goes together first. That way I don't lose any of the tiny pieces. Let's see. There we go. I'm just going to move my keyboard out of the way for a second here. So what I did this is the foil piece, and this is, I think, the lilac. It might be the pale blue, the pastel. That's from the pastel poster board, foil poster board from Cricut. And then, of course, we have our card base, and I have happy birthday written in there. And this is an A2 envelope out of one of my Joy Card insert packs. And then I have all my little pieces. But you can see here that I pressed my infusible ink onto the cardstock so that it will match the wine bag when I do it. How cool is that? So all of my pieces will match my project. Now I've already gone on here because this is very intricate, guys. I did place it down on a piece of plastic, and then I just did some roller over that, and then I took my tweezers and went in between to make sure that I didn't have any adhesive stuck on the inside of that, because I didn't want that to show through. And then on the other parts of it, I just used some double-sided tape. And the reason I did that is sometimes the foil doesn't like to accept glues because it has a coating on it. And if you put glues on the back side of it, then it can tend to warp or bubble if your glue has too high of a water content. So I opted for this card to use the tapes. So once you've got all of that taped up, all you're going to do is line it up. Hopefully I get this even. And we're going to place it down on top of that card. Now when you pull this off the mat, the center of the R, you're going to need that. And so don't get rid of it. Okay? And this is how much it really looks like the infusible ink sheet. Okay? How cool is that? So I've got this little letter here, and the inside of it, and I've put a little bitty piece of double-sided tape on the back of that. I'm just pulling off that release liner. Then I'm just going to get my tweezers, and we're going to place it right inside. So we've got that piece placed right in there, and that's going to give us a nice little look on that cheers. I love the foil poster board too. Now you've got another couple of small pieces, and I did this way, and you'll see why here when we put it together. Your wine glass out of the infusible ink is in two pieces, two small pieces. And then, of course, your wine bottle. So again, I've just put the double-sided tape, and I'm just going to pull these release liners off of it. Well, I don't know how I split that, but I did. There we go. Get that off of there. And you can change this up. It doesn't have to be birthday. You can change it up. And I'm just going to layer this on top of another piece of the foil poster board. Hopefully get it even. Okay. And on the back of this, I put some foam dots. And we're just going to peel those release liners off of the foam dots. And I'm using the ones from Close to My Heart. They come in two different sizes. And then I'm just going to pop it down. Right there on the card. And the foil is going to give it a little bit of a break there. And I did the same thing on my wine glass because it's going to be sitting up on top of this one here. I put my dot over to the side. Okay. And then I've done my release liners on this little piece here. If I can get them off of there. And to do the paper, guys, I just did it at 385 for about 30 seconds. That was all I did. And I will show you. I just laid my paper down. I will pull that out here in just a second and show you. So you're going to place that piece on there. And then I wanted this to remain looking like a glass stem, shiny. So that's why we have that other teeny tiny piece. And again, I've got just a little piece of release liner on it. Of that double-sided tape. And then I'm just going to place it down here at the stem. So that's going to give it that little effect. Then we're going to peel off that release liner. We're going to stick that one down right there. And then I have on your birthday on this one. Cheers on your birthday. And I'm just going to do some snail on here. We're going to place that on top of the foil. And you can cut that out of any color. I just like the white on that. I thought it was cute. And then check where you're going to lay it. So I'm going to use, yeah, that was small enough. Just going to use a couple of foam dots on the end. Paying attention to how far over I go because I don't want to come past that birthday area because it's going to lay over the top of it. Don't want it to interfere and be too thick. So now I've got a couple of those. I'm just going to place it right there. All right. And maybe a couple of little, these are glitter gems from Close to My Heart too, in the wild raspberry. Do I want those on there? I'll put one on there, why not? Trying to decide where I want them. I'll put one there. And that one went flying. There we go. Slippery. I think that looks good. I think that's plenty, just to give it a little bit more flash. And then we're just going to peel the release liners off the back of that. I have something on my desk here. Just going to pull those release liners. This is really a quick, simple card too. And I just used a wider double-sided tape on these, on the back of this, than I did the other. It's the same stuff, just different size. Alright, and then we're going to make sure that we've got our card going the right way. Don't want to stick it to the wrong side. And then we're just going to place it right on the top. How cute is that? So that's all there is to the card. So I'm going to move this out of the way and then I'll show you how I did it to get that on the paper. So I use scraps and I practice, but basically you can do a sheet, and you can see I've still got some extras and I can cut more should I need them. But you can take your strip of, and all I did was split my sheet in half, okay? I split my, the Infusible ink sheet, one sheet of it, and I split it in half. And I put half of it on this card and left this half blank. And you can get the card and the tag out of this one side. You're just going to turn this little tag right here sideways on this side of it. But you should be able to get everything out of one sheet of cardstock. Okay, I used two just because I had this scrap and was playing around, but you can use one. And you're just going to go, when you hit make it, you're just going to slide your pieces over that you want cut, your panel down here, your bottle and your glass here, and then your card and your tag over here. Super easy and simple. So the first thing you want to do when you go to do this on the paper is, of course, you want to protect your mat. So you're going to place your butcher paper down and then your paper, okay? And you want to make sure that it's, you don't have to worry about this side. You just want to make sure that the side that you're doing is on top of that butcher paper. Then you're going to put your Infusible ink sheet face down. And if you've got your heat tape, you can tape it down, whatever, because it's not going to stick and you don't want it to shift. And I did tape mine down. I just didn't have it quite over to the edge, but I was good with it because this was an A2 size card and my machine's not going to cut this close to the edge anyway. So I just kind of scooted it over and just taped it down to the edge and taped it to the back. And when it was done, I gently removed it. It was super easy. The double-sided tape, now I used the blue. I didn't use the new Purple Strong. I used the blue heat-resistant tape and taped the ink sheet down. Then you're going to put your other parchment paper on top of this. And again, I did it for at 385 degrees for about 30-35 seconds. Okay, and then I just let it cool, and then I took that off, lifted the Infusible ink sheet, and that's what I was left with. Let's see. I think I've already, I don't know where I put that. I thought I saved it here, but I guess I didn't. And it's already gone. I know I saved it. I stuck it somewhere and don't remember where. But there was plenty of ink, and I think I could do it again on paper because there was plenty of ink left on the Infusible ink sheet. So I'm pretty sure I could have laid it back over here and done it again. And I've saved it. I will find it and do it. And I will let you guys know if I could get a second. It may come out a little bit lighter, but I think you can get a second pressing out of it on paper where you can't do that on fabric. Okay? I'm just going to set that out of the way for now. And then, if you've never used Infusible ink before, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to place it on your mat, and this is the other half of the sheet, and I just placed it on my mat. Not too straight, as you can see, but I did place it on the mat, and you want the ink side up, okay, and you're going to mirror just like you do iron-on. So you've got your basic plastic piece to the back, ink side up, and you're going to use your brayer and roll that down. That's going to help it adhere to your mat. You want to use a green mat because it can get really curly because of the paper part of it. Then once you've cut it, you're just going to, again, mirror it and cut it in your machine. Once it's cut, you're just going to peel your mat away from your design. And mine cut all the way through. I have a brand new blade. It shouldn't cut all the way through like mine did. But again, I do have a brand new blade. I'm going to trim this because I'm going to use this probably on another project. I'm just going to come in here and cut this so that I have some more ink from this sheet. Once you've done that, you're just going to kind of roll this and let it crack. Okay, you might hear some cracking and crunching, but you want to break those lines. And then you're going to weed this like you would any other iron-on or vinyl. You're just going to take away the stuff that you don't need, separate it from the plastic. And then I'm going to remove the inside letters. I am going to turn that on. And I believe I am just turning on my heat press. I will bring it over here so you guys can see. I'm going to do 3. I don't know if it's going to ask $385 or $400 for the wine bag because I haven't done a wine bag yet. Has anyone done one of the wine bags yet? And let me have that hashtag. So now I've got my design weeded, and if you look at it from this side, you can see it says not water. And then I've got my easy press on. I'm going to open up our wine bag and we're going to prep it. You want to make sure that you prep your items. Make sure you get these little plastic pieces out of there because you don't want to melt them to your wine bag. And then you're just going to open it up. Now, when you press something like this, it's got this drawstring in it. I'm going to let that hang off the edge over here so that it doesn't interfere and I can get a flat press. I am going to protect my mat with my butcher paper, just like so, and put that there. You do need a lint roller, and you'll want to make sure there is no lint, dust, or debris, or puppy hair, or human hair, or anything on there. Because if it is, wherever that was laying, once it comes off, there's not going to be any ink under it. Okay. Yes, these are Cricut wine bags. They have the wine bags on there. They also have the cosmetic bags too, in case you guys didn't know that. And pillows. The pillows. They have these are the cosmetic bags. You get two. One 9.5 by 7.5, and one that is 9 by 6. So, and they're nice. They're nice quality. So once you have that ready to go, and I am using the Easy Press 3, so I am going to be using my Cricut Heat app, and I am going to start a new project. And on there, I'm going to select Infusible Ink. Let's see, there we go. Transfer sheet right there at the bottom. And then the blank. I'm going to use the wine bag. And it's not recommended without an Easy Press mat. I have my Easy Press mat. Okay. And I've got everything. Got my work surface. So, and it's got an information eye right here. If you don't have an Easy Press mat, you can hit that and it will tell you what it recommends if you don't have it. Then I'm going to hit next. There's a tutorial if you need it, and you can hit that arrow right there and it will play the video tutorial for you. And now it's telling me 385 and to preheat my blank for 15 seconds, then to press it warm for 60 seconds, or peel warm. Press it for 60 seconds and peel warm. So the first thing I'm going to do is preheat it for 15 seconds, and then we're going to put our ink on there. So my press is ready, and I'm just going to send the settings to the Easy Press, and I'm going to hit my start button, and you can see that it's telling me, counting it down. Don't need a lot of pressure for this preheat. Okay, I'm just going to take that off. And I don't know, it doesn't say, but I want this to cool before I start taping my ink down, because I don't want any ghosting. So, yeah, we call her our Cricut shopper. So once that's cooled, the preheat is basically going to take moisture out of there. Once it's cooled, you're going to place this. And I think I want to do this on a slight diagonal. And which direction do I want to go? I think I want to go in this direction. Yeah, that's the direction I want to go. So make sure you've got it in the direction that you want it to be, and you've got it set the way you want it. I'm kind of liking that. I don't want it to go all the way to the bottom, because when I put the bottle in there, it's going to bring that up. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit higher. And I'm stuck to my butcher paper, which is a good thing, but I want to move it slightly. Alright, and my rope is off the edge, but I want to make sure that my mat, I'm just going to turn my mat at a diagonal. How about that? Will that work? No. I just want to make sure that I'm getting this edge on the mat. So once you have that on there, since this is sticking to my butcher paper and it's not going to shift, I'm not going to use my heat tape. If you've got a small design, make sure you heat tape this on, okay? But that's not going to go anywhere, so I don't need it. I am going to cover it with another piece of butcher paper in case it ghosts or any of that ink shoots out. I don't want it getting on my Easy Press. If it gets on that Easy Press, guys, it's going to end up on every project you do after that. Okay? You can't undo it. All right, so now it's wanting me to press it for 60 seconds. So I'm just going to bring this over, and I'm going to make sure that the entire surface or my image is covered. And I've got a little area there, so I'm going to have to maybe do this at an angle. So I'm going to do that for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to bring it over here and press just this edge. You're not supposed to do that. I should have gotten my bigger press out, but I didn't. So I'm just going to do this with a medium pressure, light pressure. But they do tell you you don't press this in sections, but I'm going to have to. I should have made my image slightly smaller. So if you're going to do this one, I would just say just take it down about a ½ inch or use the bigger press. And the infusible ink that I used on this one, guys, I'm going to lift that up. And I'm just going to shift this over because I have just this little piece right here that I didn't press. So I'm just going to try to get it just on that edge. Press for 60 seconds. The sheets that I used on this one were the watercolor, rainbow watercolor splash. And this is the, I think this is the sheet that I'm using out of it. This one here. Don't want to overpress it. Has anybody else other than Debbie not used infusible ink yet? Now, if you don't have the Easy Press 3, you can't use the Cricut Heat app, but you can go to the Easy Press guide, and it will give you the instructions and how to layer and all of that there. So I'm just going to pull that off. And you'll want to wait until it's warm to do it, but because I pressed twice, I'm just going to pull it back. And see how much ink has gone off this. I wish I could find that other piece, because almost no ink was gone off of it. You can see this turned almost white. The other piece where I used paper still looked like this after I did it. So I'm pretty sure that I can get more pressings on paper out of it. And it's not as vibrant on the paper, but you can still do it. Maybe if you pressed it a little bit longer, it might be more vibrant as well. But it still matches. I still like it. So how cute is that? On our wine bag. Yeah, it's not going to be as vibrant because this is not a sublimation blank, but you can heat it up enough for the paper to take the ink. Okay? And that's the difference, because that is why they tell you, Shirley, that it has to be a minimum of 65% polyester. The higher poly count, the brighter it's going to be. This paper's not polyester, so that's why it's not as vivid and bright, but it still has the same pattern. Okay? Still has the same pattern. Now, if this was a polyester paper, yes, it would be as vivid as this. You have the first Easy Press, Debbie. That's not a problem. You can still use the first Easy Press. Let me show you. Let me just pull that up. And we're going to go over for those of you who do not have an Easy Press 3. How about that? Okay, let me pop over to the other screen here. There we are. All right. So here is your heat guide. And let me just post that link in here for you guys. And that is an affiliate link, but it will take you to the Easy Press guide. And if you make a purchase on Cricut.com after clicking that link, I will earn a small commission, and I greatly thank you. But right here, if you have the original Easy Press, it's defaulting at this time to that original Easy Press. It's supposed to be defaulting to this one, but it's not. So make sure that you're selecting the correct device, and you can see that the Easy Press 3 is not here, and that's because you can use the Cricut Heat app, or you can use the Easy Press 2 for it if you're using this guide. Okay, but all you're going to do, oops, I was trying to move that so I could see. I have a post in my way from the camera. You're going to select your material, which would be your Infusible Ink transfer sheet, and then you're going to select whatever it is you're putting it on, the wine bag, and then you're going to tell it that you have the Easy Press mat or not, and then you're going to click apply. And this one says 360 for 15 seconds for 120 seconds. So this one is applying with your original Easy Press at 360 for 120 seconds, because that Easy Press doesn't go up higher than 360. That's the max temp on it. Okay, then that's why there's a difference. If I were to come to the Easy Press 2 and do the Infusible Ink sheet and do the wine bag and do the mat and apply, now you can see that it's 385 for 60 seconds, just like the Easy Press 3 that I just did was. And so you can use the original Easy Press. You just are going to press for a longer time at a lower temp. Does that make sense? You like the muted colors on that, Louise? I do too. I kind of really do. And it came out perfect with that foil, that color of foil. I believe that's the pastel pack of the foil. That's the light lilac color that's in there. And it's just, it's so pretty. I wish you guys could see it in person. It's really pretty. Yay. And make sure that you're using, I believe that the sale, let's take a peek at the sale. Let me see if I can pull that up. 30% off Infusible Ink this week. So guys, make sure that you are getting that. So if you're getting the Infusible Ink, you're saving 30% off because it's on sale. If you have access, regular monthly access, you're getting another 10% off of it through access. And if you have access premium, you're getting another 20% off instead of 10%. And then you can still use the 10% group code. So, I mean, that's huge, guys. That's huge. Let's see. Oh, and the mystery box, the Star Wars mystery box is still available. Monochrome Madness is out of stock. I don't know why it's still up there, but it is. Let's see. Let's just take a peek at what happens, because I have access premium, okay? And this is USA prices. So let's go over to materials and go to Infusible Ink. And we'll go to the transfer sheets. And I'm just going to pick some random stuff and put it in the cart. That one's on clearance. So definitely add that. That's the 2 count. These, you have to watch. Some of these are 4 count, some are 2 count. So that would be your price difference. Oh, the botanicals is gorgeous too, so why not? Here's one with the 4 in it, so I'm going to put one of those in there. Oh, here's the one I just used. Oops. That's a bundle right there for $49.99. I'm going to add the bundle too. Why not? And let's add the rainbow and then add a couple of wine bags and let's see. Let's see what happens to the total. The one that I just used is right here. Here's the rainbow. It's on sale too. Well, all of the infusible ink is on sale, 30% off. So now let's go and get some blanks, which are also on sale. I'll add a wine bag and add some cosmetic bags. How about that? And I think I got them all in there. Let's go to the cart. So I have a 2 count, a 4 count, a 4 count, another one that's 4. Okay, 2 sheets, 2 sheets. There's a bundle. So, I mean, my subtotal is 96. And because I have Access Premium, it took 20% off and took $19 off. So I'm at 77. So, let me just slide this over. I don't want to reveal any personal information. I'm going to hit checkout now and add the group code. And then I will screenshot it and show you guys. I don't want to reveal all the addresses I have in there. So I'm applying the group code Craft Happy to it. $69.74. Let me pull that screenshot up for you guys. I mean, that's just, oops. It didn't change, shoot. My goodness. Let me see if it's going now. I'll pull that screen back up. There's what it is. Let me just minimize that and I'll pull the other screen back over there for you guys. There is that. Let me go back to cart and get rid of that. There we go. But here you go. While it's on sale, it was $96.86. But, I mean, the retail value of that is much more because this is normally $14 and it's $7. This is normally $14 and it's $7. This is usually $19.50 and it's on sale for $13. This bundle right here, just this little ink bundle, guys, normal price is $110.93. I mean, right there you're at 110, 130, 144, 154, 158, 178. And I only got one blank in there, 178. You're at $186 worth of product there for $96.86. Then if you're getting your 20% off or your 10%, that's going to vary depending on what access subscription you have. And then you use the group code too and take another 10% off. $69 and you have almost $200 worth of Cricut products. You can't get that at Joann's or Michael's or anywhere else. They're not going to give you those discounts. I think every 3 weeks you get a 30% off sale from them. That's it. And my easy press is cutting off. So make sure that you're going in there and taking advantage of those sales on that. And if you need to find out what else is on sale, there's a whole list of stuff. Right now, the Maker is on sale, guys. If you need a backup machine, I mean, really, if you have Cricut Access, you're going to get 10% off. Even if you have premium, it's just 10% on a machine. But that's huge. $229, take off $23. So you're going to get a Maker for $206. That's a $400 machine. And the bundles are awesome too. They're great pricing on them. Does anybody have any questions about infusible ink? Any questions whatsoever? Or any other project issues that you might have? I just love that. Any other project questions? Anything, guys? I know that there's a little bit of lag between me and YouTube here. I'm going to give y'all a couple of seconds. Yeah, by the time that I saw you guys say I can't see the computer, that's when it hit me that I couldn't see it either. The lag. Oh, if you're getting the duplicate mats on your cut screen, just click on apply and nothing else. Yes, Shirley, as long as you're as long as they are 65% polyester or higher. The higher poly count, the brighter your ink is going to be. But really, I mean, if you look at it, I bought some from Michael's and they cost me, I think they were $14.99, and then they had a sale and it was like 20% off. So it was over $10. But I mean, if you look in here, let's go back to the you get the same 2 makeup bags for $7.69. So that's not a bad deal. Yeah, they have to say for sublimation. If you're going to use your infusible ink on them, they need to say for sublimation. That way you'll know that they are the right ones. The cups are still out of stock. I'll be glad when they get the shipping things fixed. The stackables are in stock though. Alright guys, if you think of something or you get stuck when you're trying your infusible ink, make sure that you ask us in the group. We'll be happy to help you out. You used one for your domino holder. Oh, that came out cute too. Alright guys, I will catch you on, let's see, Thursday, and we're going to do the baseball cap. We're going to do that baseball cap, 3D baseball cap. The ink pens are different, Debbie, from the sheets themselves. And let me pop over there and show you that. Or actually, with the infusible ink, pens. I thought I had one that wasn't open, but that's okay. I have some here. With the Infusible Ink Pens, you need nothing more than copy paper. Laser copy paper is best. It's what they recommend. But all you're going to do is, with these, you can have your machine draw or you can freestyle. Totally up to you, whatever you want to do. So, I mean, you can come in here and you can draw whatever it is that you want. If you're, I mean, I don't know. I can draw a mushroom. That's about all I can draw. But you can come in here and you can color and put your spots and use your different inks. And you'll want to make sure that that line is heavy, not as jagged as mine. And you can come in here. I would use green here. But they come in the fine tip and the wider tip. Okay. But you're going to come in here and do whatever it is that you want to do. You have to keep in mind that if you're going to put any kind of wording on there, that you actually have to write it backwards. And I'm not very good at this, guys, so don't pay any attention. I think I did that one backwards. Anyway, you get the drift. You have to draw everything backwards, all your letters. I would be able to, yeah, I did draw that one backwards. So make sure that you do that, or you can put and write it on a piece of paper and then come over here and trace that way. And the way to do that would be to do it once this way and then place it, flip it over, and with your bright pad, because with your bright pad you'll be able to see through there, and then you can trace it backwards. I don't know if I've got it. I do have a charge. So you would do your bright pad and then you can trace this backwards. I'm still not very good at it, writing backwards, but I'll try. So then when you go to press it, it's going the right way. Okay? So when you're using your pens, you just have to make sure that you understand that it's going to be backwards. So if you want to draw it once the right way and then flip it over onto your bright pad and then put your paper over it and trace it, then that's the easiest way. That's what I found anyway, if you're going to be doing it that way. So if you have any words or anything like that, or if it matters which direction that your drawing's going to go, then you would need to do that. Does that make sense? But they, as far as the ink, it's the same type of ink, if that's what you're asking. The ink is the same. It's going to turn to a gas. When you heat it onto a sublimation blank, it turns into a gas and it makes it permanent. That's how that works. It turns that ink. Did that answer it, Debbie? I'm not a good freehand writer. But yes, you can have your Cricut draw on there. Draw your image. You can freehand. Lots of things you can do with the pens. I'm just giving it a second. Yay! Grab some of those pens. The pens can be fun. They can be a lot of fun. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, some of you guys have done it, I think, or haven't, or said that it didn't work. But I was told that it didn't work. You can't draw directly on the mug and then wrap paper around it. It doesn't work that way. You have to put it on the paper and then wrap the paper around the mug. I have not tried it, so I don't know, but I did see somebody mention that you can't write directly on the blank, that it doesn't work that way. That's what I thought. Thanks for that, Marianne. Okay. I thought that was right. I just wanted to be sure because I hadn't tried it, and I was just going by hearsay on that one. So make sure you're using that paper. And again, the laser, just the cheap laser paper. It doesn't need to be the thick, glossy kind or anything. Just your basic copy paper or laser paper. I think the reason they say laser paper is it doesn't bleed through as easily as copy paper. Yes, you can draw on the infusible ink sheets. I have done that. I used my pen to draw on the infusible ink sheet, and then I flipped it over. I did coasters that way. I used the green watercolor sheets or something like that, and had it draw the shells on there and then flipped it over. So yes, that will work. You still have to mirror. I don't know if I have them. I think they're in the other room. I believe they're in the other room. If you give me 1 sec, I'll grab one. Well, I said I would grab one. I guess my husband moved them. I don't know where they are. But I can pop a photo up if you guys need it. Just ask me and I'll show you in chat. But yes, you can write on the infusible ink sheets and then cut them. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining me. Thank you to all my Patreons and Ko-fi and YouTube memberships. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you to all my moderators and admins. Couldn't do any of this without all of you guys. I hear you, Debbie. That's my thought. I can always stick it under the bed. Hey, infusible ink. I store mine in a cabinet where it's dark. I don't know if it really makes a difference, but I think it lasts a lot longer that way. But once you start using it, it'll go fast. You won't have to worry about storing it because it's so much fun. Alright, guys. I will catch you on Thursday. Have a great day. Happy crafting.